The King Who Refused the World. The Untold Sacrifice of Francesco Totti. Did you know that Real Madrid president Florentino Perez was so desperate to sign Francesco Totti that he sent the Italian icon a blank cheque and a custom white jersey with the number 10 and Totti's name already printed on it, promising to make him the highest paid player on earth if he betrayed his hometown? No single player in football history ever came closer to dismantling the entire Galácticos project with a simple, defiant gesture of loyalty, a decision that changed European football forever. Long before he became the undisputed sovereign of the Eternal City, a young Francesco Totti was merely a blonde kid navigating the historic, sun-drenched streets of Rome, a child possessed by an early passion so absolute it completely consumed his working-class household. Born in the Porta Metronea neighborhood to a modest, hard-working family, his childhood was shaped by the constant hum of scooters on cobblestones and a worn leather ball that seemed permanently glued to his tiny feet. His mother, Fiorella, recognized his generational gift early on, fiercely guarding her son from the predatory elements of the big city while ensuring that every ounce of his burning ambition stayed anchored to his local roots. The dusty public squares and concrete playgrounds of Rome became his first arenas, places where his remarkable vision and natural grace stood out against a backdrop of financial uncertainty and the quiet struggles of everyday Roman life. His teenage growth moved at a breakneck pace, throwing him into a whirlwind of early scouting and immense pressure as Italy's biggest clubs began an aggressive bidding war for his signature. AC Milan famously arrived at his family home with a massive, life-altering financial offer that would have lifted his household out of economic hardship instantly. But his mother defiantly refused to let her son leave his beloved capital city. Joining the AS Roma Youth Academy instead, the young prodigy had to overcome severe tactical skepticism from traditional coaches, who worried his artistic style was too fragile for the brutal, defensive-heavy environment of Italian youth football. Night after night, Totti pushed his body to its absolute limits, transforming from a slender, quiet playmaker into a physically resilient force, silencing critics with his lethal passing and capturing the attention of first-team managers before he was even old enough to drive. By the dawn of adulthood, the homegrown teenager transformed into a majestic powerhouse, initiating an extensive and legendary adult peak that would rewrite the history books of Italian football. He assumed the club captaincy at the tender age of 22, becoming the youngest captain in Serie A history and carrying the emotional weight of an entire fanatical city on his broad shoulders. His peak reached an absolute crescendo in 2001 when he scored a thunderous, iconic volley against Parma to secure a historic Scudetto title for Roma, sparking a month-long celebration across the ancient streets of the capital. Throughout his prime, global giants, led by the relentless pursuit of Real Madrid, offered him blank cheques, guaranteed Ballon d'Or trophies, and unmatched wealth, yet Totti repeatedly rejected them all, actively choosing to win one trophy with Rome over 10 trophies with any other club in the world. He became the master of the legendary cucchiaio chip shot, humiliating the world's best goalkeepers with arrogant elegance, and went on to conquer the globe in 2006 by playing with a metal plate and 10 screws in his ankle to lift the FIFA World Cup with Italy. Year after year, he smashed records, ultimately accumulating 250 Serie A goals for a single club, a feat unmatched in the modern era, cementing his status as the greatest number 10 Italy had seen in generations. The story did not simply fade away when he finally, emotionally hung up his boots in 2017 after an agonizing farewell that left an entire stadium weeping in the Roman rain. His fierce devotion to the sport quickly transitioned into executive roles, where he served as a club director for Roma before organizational disputes forced a painful, highly publicized separation from the club he loved. He subsequently launched successful scouting and sports agency ventures, identifying and nurturing the next generation of raw Italian talent while remaining a global ambassador for the game. Now in 2026, Francesco Totti continues to command global reverence, operating at the peak of his post-playing career as an influential football executive and a frequent high-profile analyst for major international sports networks. His name continuously dominates headlines across Europe as rumors swirl about an imminent, highly anticipated return to the AS Roma boardroom under fresh ownership, a move fans view as the ultimate homecoming. Whether watching from the executive suites or guiding young stars through the complex landscape of modern sport, the boy from Porta Metronea remains the ultimate symbol of romantic loyalty, a true king who chose the love of his people over the riches of the world.